Kings Row, I presume defense for NYU.
Yeah, I feel like NYU too. They're not getting tricked. On her and Bonsai Tuna are trying to do their setups to where they get a quick pick. It's not working. They're looking in those positions. NYU has probably gone up against those teams that we've gone up against that have tricked us before and gotten in those positions that we don't know about. And they're like, hey, check over there, check over there. They know exactly where to look. We got to find some new hiding places.
Yeah.
Essentially what it breaks down to.
We got to break the map somehow, you know?
I would leave that up to Quote. If anybody's going to find a way to
he'll
break
find
the
a
map,
way.
it's going to be Quote.
Yeah. 5 seconds until we see the heroes from Murray State. This is map 2. Murray State needs a win to stay in this, or they are going home for the night with a 0-2. Murray State having a tough time of it lately after starting the season so positively, and just lately not finding the luck that they've had in the past. So hopefully turning it around tonight. We've seen definitely some close games, just not able to push it over the edge like they have been able to do in the past.
Right. We've always been proud of our Kings Row play. Pam Toxic feels bad, man. That's a report. Whatever it was, we didn't see it, or at least I didn't notice it, so. Your casters are pretty pog. Aw, thank you.
Thanks,
We
guys.
try to be as pog as we can be.
Appreciate
That's how the kids say that, right?
yeah.
Yeet, yeet, pog.
Yeet, tilted,
Pega?
pog stuff. Yeah, pog,
Feels
yes.
good, man. All right, anyway.
Ploggers.
This is what I want to see, some Zarya Reinhardt.
Sorry, Ryan on the Kings Row.
Oh!
There's that ice wall we've seen Murray State do so many times. NYU pulling it off. And the late ice wall from the Racers to try and just cauterize that wound, but it's too late. Murray State bleeding out, and they're going to have to go ahead and restart as the Chief is the only one left. Wow, what an early engagement from NYU, and that's going to definitely help their ult percentage.
Yeah, you know, they did it a little bit differently than we do it. They actually trapped our entire team over there and then killed them all.
Yeah.
They didn't pick one or two. They're just like, oh, we got everybody. No worries. Feels bad, man. Come on.
Here goes the hammer. Unable to find anybody.
There they go, the rotation around.
Smoke screen that. NYU does read it, but on her with the pick on Daffel. So now Murray State needs to go ahead and capitalize on this. The charge once again. Brostradamus finding an object on the map, and he needs to watch for that freeze ray from May. He's going to get frozen in place through the shield. It looks like he's able to stay alive on her, getting Pluto. Now Pac taking out Brostradamus and Murray State. They're still in this. Quote, just trying to get everybody off the point and be a nuisance as Murray State's on her. He's able to heal up with that ice block. And this engagement is going to be prolonged, and it's going to depend on what reinforcements can get there and what help they can provide. Daffel falling again. The weak link so far. There's the Blizzard. Oh, Bonsai on the edge of that Blizzard. Unlucky.
Just a hair, yeah.
But now On Her has his. And we saw several ults there, or at least a couple for NYU. So Murray State might have an advantage coming into this one. 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock. Map 2. And what will either be the last game of this semester for Murray State or the next to last game. No confirmation on if they're playing next week.
It will be after finals week.
Oh, into the Gravitic Flux. Sound barrier to keep them alive, but there's another ult as well. NYU putting everything into this early. But Murray State with the Blizzard to counter that. Pomage falls. Bonsai taking out the Supercharger, and Murray State still could come out on top, but I think they're going to back up.
They're going to have to back up here. That Blizzard was a panic, get me out of here button, sadly. Not what we're used to seeing our Blizzards used for, and that just happens. They're staying in it.
So Murray State, a bit of a tough situation for them. NYU is just prepared for them every time, and just like you pointed out, focus firing just whoever they want.
Yep.
And they call a target, and they're dead. And you can just see, just look how quickly that health fell for Quote. So there's the Grav. Anything to combo this with?
Way too many shields to accomplish anything, sadly.
And there goes Bonsai. There's an ult that gets two. Brostradamus with the third. Can Murray State take it here? Orisa charged into the wall. Brostradamus with two. And Murray State might go ahead and close this first point out. The ticks are coming in, and NYU down and will be forced backwards.
They just took out the NYU Lucio, but I feel like they should have let him live a couple of seconds longer.
Yeah.
Wait for the first respawns to come up from NYU and then kill him. I don't know if they felt confident with that play, you know, but that would have given them a great stagger for this push right now.
Then again, with Lucio being speedy, they might have felt,
not have been able to catch him.
We need to go ahead and But now 16 health for Bonsai. He fades back to get away. Emily falling and Bonsai as well. So heavy number advantage for NYU. Murray State's going to know that. You see them immediately back off around the corner, and NYU says, no, you don't. You can't escape that easily. And they come around the corner. They're going to fight on the payload, actually. And engage here now. So risky move from NYU, because if they lose this, the Racers will make quite a bit of time.
That looks like a very expensive set of bongos that just got played.
Tommy J with that double. Wow.
I would not have popped that ult right then.
No.
There was no reason to.
No reason. So we see Emily. She has the Coalescence as the Racers move to this right-hand side. And we do have just one other ult, a defensive ult, Sound Barrier. Murray State's going to forget the point for a minute. 2 minutes, 17 seconds on the clock, so no reason to do that. They need to go ahead and take out. Oh, beautiful halt from NYU back into the ult of Pluto. And Murray State, again, that was just read perfectly by NYU and dealt with perfectly. So Murray State, do you feel they need to change something here, composition-wise, tactics-wise?
I don't believe they need to change. I just think certain players, certain things, Brostradamus' charge have been just a hair off tonight. He's gotten good charges, but he's also hit some roadblocks along the way, which have really killed some great momentum plays that he usually makes, no problem. And that may just be from practicing other tanks. If those charges have been on so far, there would have been no problem.
Meteor Strike finds nobody. He's going to back off. Doomfist still alive. The Frozen Sigma. He falls now to Bonsai. Quote just once again dipping in and out, almost making a circle around this point of the map. Just trying to even melee if he can as Brostradamus takes down Hysteria. There's the ult for Bonsai at the ready. Can he get behind the shield and pull it off here? He's going to try. He gets Pommy J, so he may not need to use it. He's not even going to need it. Murray State taking down NYU, and they're going to make progress here. And it's a minute left to the next point.
See, that's what we've got to be doing. We're not talking bad enough about Murray State. I start to mention one misplay, they pop off.
Yeah,
so.
There you go. Well, I don't want to say it because then somebody could cut it and take it out of context. I was about to say some very toxic things to try and motivate them.
let's
not very toxic.
It's got to be constructive criticism.
Yeah, there you go. That's the magic. NYU is going to just move around that ice wall. Tries to buy them a few times. There's an ult in the back. Pluto shut down early, but Pomajay wants to return the favor as Bonsai falls, and now Daffle as well. As we said earlier, he's kind of been the weak link. He's falling early every time, so if Murray State can figure out a way to get that Moira down and capitalize.
Beautiful fade.
Yeah, wow.
They still get her, but she made sure not to get hit by that meteor.
Doomfist still alive. They need to deal with that on her bubbled. Good timing for that. He doesn't have the ice block now. There's the blizzard. They need to go ahead and pop it because now we are in overtime. And they are this close to the point. NYU putting everything they have into this, but Anher is just trying to play the best of his ability. He's such a good Mei, and he's so good on this map. Bonsai now, his health ticking away. He's down. Pluto gets the pick. Anher down as well, and I think this might do it. But
get on the point.
Oh my goodness, Anher almost not getting there in time. He needs to stay on it. One frozen. He's trying to just keep him alive. He's got the ice block, but he's not close enough to the point. They're going to be ready for it. Emily's there. And Murray State just staggering in at the right time to keep this alive, but NYU as well. Anher with that icicle to take down Hysteria. He's on the top of the card dancing around. And we see reinforcements coming for the Racers. A bubbled Emily. She's just trying to heal her team as the Meteor Strike comes down on the point. Doesn't find anybody. Pack and Seesaw teaming up, though. And there, Pommy J is taking down somebody else as well. Anher dies, and that's going to do it for round one. Map 2, just shy of the second point.
You hate to see that, man. But they didn't walk away from it. That's the best thing about that. We weren't able to take the point, but they didn't just completely walk off during overtime and lose it for a positioning error.
Yeah.
You see that so often in Overwatch matches because it gets so hectic, it gets so crazy, and you want to position well, but there's a limitation when you're in overtime like that.
So now we'll see 20 seconds now until round 2 starts. What changes we'll have for both teams. Murray State on the defense. I have a feeling we know what we're going to see.
You reckon the
old double pinch?
A little turret action, perhaps?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
It's worked before. I'm not sure, though. Without Baptiste,
I don't know how much we've seen them do Bastion on this map. Well, there is a Baptiste.
There's Baptiste, but no Bastion.
I think we'll see the double pinch from Anher and Bonsai again. Emily now, this is a role normally Flawfilth would take on this map. So trying to slot into that role as the Baptiste, that Immortality field may be crucial.
It's extremely crucial in this map, needing to have to stay near points, to stay near, you know, control areas. You've got to have the ability to protect your entire team for a somewhat long fight, especially what we're running into against NYU here are these fights that take more than 5 to 10 seconds, that are going 30, 35 seconds. This Immortality field is just going to buy you that many more seconds than the other team has.
So we see the May and Reaper set up. Here comes NYU. Shield down early. They're going to try and maybe bait them forward here. Chief throwing in his orbs. Halted. Bonsai. They've read this a little bit. There's the ice wall. Orisa. Oh, but it's not perfect enough, but it's going to work. Symmetra falling. Now the Orisa's weak. They go ahead and take him out. Bonsai getting the kill. Hysteria gets the revive on Pamajay, so the Symmetra's back up. So they need to be careful of that teleporter, allowing them to position around, and the turrets as well. And there it is. They're trying that. What would you even call that? I forget the team that did that, but that statue teleporter. And unfortunately, that early pick on the Symmetra meant that they weren't able to execute that perfectly. Halted together with a beautiful ice wall.
Good wall there. I'm surprised to see the Symmetra here.
That
play usually goes hotel, doesn't it? And then you drop down behind. They went for the statue.
We've seen that work before. I forget what team it was, but they rolled over on this first point, just destroyed. But there's a few different points. I was surprised to see them attempt to do it after Symmetra died.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I feel like you've got to just throw that strategy out the window. But there's a reason I'm not playing at the level these guys are playing at.
They know something we don't, probably.
Yeah. Now that Immortality field has been popped. So right now they don't have that in pocket, Murray State. And you can see NYU knows that. Bonsai, though, with the double. Incredible work from Murray State, popping the ults, quote, and Bonsai with a third now. Team kill. Great work from Murray State, but 2 minutes, 20 seconds on the clock, and 2 or 3 ults invested there in that fight. So Racers need to be mindful of that. They do have the Blizzard, thankfully. Good defensive ult, and Emily can pop that damage amplification matrix if she needs to. And once again, that ice wall, that Reaper wants to retreat. He's fortunately for NYU able to get there, but Bonsai picks him off. There's the Blizzard to freeze him in place. Sigma's going to fall. Orisa, did she make it out? She did. And there's Pamajay, unfortunately, for NYU punished. Fortunately for the Racers. Rostradamus just playing slightly aggressively there to try and get them to back off. Or quote, excuse me, gets caught out. Halted over the wall. Orisa playing super aggressive there. They know that quote's down. That's
got her
one
locked
support.
out though.
Excellent work from the Racers to not lose full.
Matrix.
Tried to fire strike through it.
Yep. Oh, man.
My goodness.
Big picks.
Good defense so far from the Racers. NYU going to go ahead and take this first point. Feels like pretty even amount of time.
Yeah.
And they will go ahead and start pushing forward. Murray State needs to go ahead and start playing aggressively, but NYU already there.
This is not a great position for
no.
Rostradamus.
Murray State, and this is kind of what you were talking about last time. If they can stagger them at the right time or get those kills at the right time, it means they can push up farther. And NYU is able to take advantage of that, which means Murray State now, they have to fight so much closer to that point. And all NYU has to do is make it to that yellow marker you see at the top. If they make it there, it's over. Everybody goes home. Murray State with a 0-2 win-loss tonight. Gravitic Flux for NYU. How much damage will this cause as the ults come in? Murray State, Bonsai on the back line trying to just wreak havoc. Really more the front line with those tanks. Chief and Rostradamus teaming up for a double. And Murray State can go ahead and push forward here now, and they might be able to turn this on its head and go ahead and... Oh, they need to shut down Pluto. He gets two. Murray State, they're not able to freeze him in time. Bonsai does take him out. There's a double. So fortunately able to stabilize a little bit. The Racers want to be aggressive here. They want to go ahead and get the picks and push up if they can, but now Bonsai has to back off. Almost to the Mega, and
just so
just
close.
Gets killed. And Murray State has to hurry now.
Yep.
You see the yellow box, the damage orb from
There's no waiting back there, guys. You've got to move up, sadly.
Murray State, they're trying to avoid that damage orb and that rock, so now they need to go. Look how close NYU is.
They have got to go.
Murray State needs to... What are they doing? I know they want to regroup, but they're so close. They need to go in. NYU is just going to walk it in. And here goes Bonsai. He needs to pull out his ult now. The shields. Oh, perfectly timed shield from Sigma. He's able to recall it too. They need to go ahead and do it now. Meteor Strike, Blizzard coming in. Bonsai's not even going to get to use the Death Blossom. That's 3 picks. Or 2 picks, and there's a pick for Murray State, but there's another one for NYU. They're only 2 meters away. Murray State needs to go ahead and pull out a miracle here. Sigma's frozen on her. Can't get the kill. He's taken out before he can do it. And NYU with the clever finish from them. Great work for NYU. Unfortunate for the Racers. Another 2 losses tonight.
Yep. GG's all around. I'm not sure what was going on with Murray State there at the end. Maybe they thought that they were in first round, or just something slipped their mind. As much as you want to wait for your whole team, when the payload is that close, you've got to just make sacrifices.
I know you want the numbers, but man, hey, thanks, Pac. Really appreciate that.